What's up guys, it's Jack and welcome to part 4 of how to genuinely start a clothing brand. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to design clothes for your clothing brand. If you guys haven't seen videos 1 to 3, I recommend you guys go watch those videos, which are going to be linked in the top right. As for proof, I know what I'm talking about. I currently own a clothing brand called EXEPT Studios. We have over 100,000 followers across social media, and I've done over 6 figures in sales this year alone. Alright, so now that you guys have your name, your brand identity, and your logo, you're now ready to start designing clothes for your brand. Just like creating a logo, there are 2 routes to take: creating designs yourself or hiring a designer. I'm going to focus on only designing yourself, as I believe it is more genuine and valuable in the long run. Let's go ahead and get started. While the initial idea of designing clothes may seem intimidating, it is a very simple process. First, hop on a graphic design software. I use and recommend Photoshop or Illustrator, but any software has the tools. Before you start designing, I recommend having these in mind. Brand identity. Make sure everything you design stays within the realm of your brand's identity. Long-term look. Everything you make will be associated with your brand. Never settle with mediocre designs you know you could improve. Be proud of everything you create. Specific. Be as specific as possible. The more info you put into your tech pack, the easier the process is for you and your manufacturer. Now let's talk about a tech pack. A tech pack, also known as a specification sheet, is a set of documents created by designers to explain their design to a manufacturer so that they can turn this information into a finished piece of clothing. This is what you are creating in your design software. For your first drop, I highly recommend starting with a collection of graphic tees. I will be showing and explaining multiple tech packs to help you get the idea. Now let's get into some basic information about a tech pack, and then I will show you an example of a few tech packs I have made. First and foremost, understand that tech packs are your blueprint. They must be comprehensive, starting with a complete mock-up of your garment. Never underestimate the power of a visual example. It is the foundation of effective communication with your manufacturer. Now let's talk fabrics. Dive into the details of fabric type and grade. For shirts, the go-to is usually cotton, but explore variants like polyester or spandex blends. For hoodies, cotton, fleece, or French terry are very popular choices. Understand the intricacies of fabric weight, whether measured in GSM or ounces. This impacts the density of fibers, influencing the look and feel of your garment. Consider fabric treatments, whether it's giving your garment a vintage or acid wash, or the weathered appeal of sun fading. These effects add personality to your garment, but choose wisely based on your brand identity. Think about where your garment is meant to be worn, whether it's for winter warmth or hot climate activities. Measurements are crucial for achieving a specific fit. If your garment demands a unique sizing, provide your own pattern measurements. Graphics are the visual soul of your garment. If you want custom graphics, create them in high quality and export them individually in file formats like a PNG or PDF. Next, adornments and hardware. Custom pockets, zippers, buttons, whatever extra elements your project demands, explain them clearly. Provide mock-ups and drawings to ensure your manufacturer understands your vision. When it comes to quantities, communicate effectively. Start with a sample before placing a bulk order. Size matters. Choose sizes thoughtfully based on your target audience. Consider that more sizes may mean more bulk order spending or less quantity for each size. Don't forget about your interior tag. Decide if you want it printed or sewn. Reference pictures become your allies. If there's a specific dyeing method, zipper design, or distressing you're after and find it challenging to explain accurately, include pictures as visual references. This not only clarifies your vision, but it also aids your manufacturer in understanding your requirements. In essence, your tech pack is a comprehensive document that leaves no room for confusion. Every detail matters, and the success of your garment creation lies in the clarity of your instructions. Now that I've gone over a pretty decent amount of information about tech packs, I'm now going to show you guys examples of tech packs I've made and how the final result ended up coming out. Alright guys, I apologize for this part of the video being unedited, and also if my mic quality is a little lower, but I just thought I would do this in real time just so you guys can see what I do, how I do it, and the tools I use. These tools are very common on most graphic design softwares, so if you I'm currently using Adobe Photoshop. If you are not, these tools are very common on most graphic design software, so that shouldn't be a problem. But let's go ahead and get into it. So for the layout, you're going to have your brand name, the designer name, the main fabric, the date, the season, the style name, the description, and the sketch. And this is page 1 of 7, and so I'm going to walk you guys through what happens on every page. Keep in mind this is a very complex tech pack because it's pants. Pants, as well as maybe workwear jackets, are going to be your most complex garments. If you have a t-shirt or shorts, they won't require this many pages, or they may even fit on a single page. But yeah, let's get into it. So this is page 1. It's just going to be a very simple sketch of your pants. I believe for this, all I did was I actually took a picture of a pair of pants that I had on the ground, and then I went in with my I believe it was my pen tool here. And what you can do is you can just put one point down and then put another point down, and as you can see, it makes a line. And so you can just literally just trace out that picture that you had down, and you can move these, you know, back and forth to change the shape. And again, most graphic design softwares have that, specifically on Photoshop. So I'll just do the waist real quick. You're gonna go like that for the waist, maybe whatever, like that, and then you're just gonna fill it with whatever color you want. If I want green pants, I fill it with green, and that's about it. If you do want these specific stitch lines here like this, you're just going to, after you make your design, come to the line right here and add a stroke first. And then as you can see, it's a little big, but as you can see, it's the dotted line, same as before. And again, most graphic design softwares have that. As for this texture of corduroy, I literally just looked up on Google corduroy texture, and this came up. And then I just added it as a blending layer, I believe it is called, or a clipping mask layer. And yeah, this tag I designed in another page and just brought it over here. Pretty simple. And then I have these cinches at the bottom so you can adjust. And yeah, pretty much just a basic sketch of your pant. This isn't too hard to do. Let's now move on to page number 2. Also, sorry for saying so much. Okay, page number 2, we're going to have the materials. So I have my tag, I have my button, I specify that it's wooden. I have this loop tag that's going to be on the back of the waist, and then I have this other loop tag, and all the sizes, small, medium, large, XL. Here's a picture of what it will look like because I actually have them made already, and then the wooden cord locks that I want at the bottom. So for this, I just copied this exact like outline, box, grid, whatever you want to call it, into here, but I just renamed this to materials. And then you can, this is like pretty easy, you just make a bunch of squares, label them. Make sure you label them here because in the next page you're going to have a call outs page, which is basically where you say where these things are on the pants. So here's call outs for the front of the pants. B, wooden button, and if you look back, it matches. B is the wooden button. C to G, because I had all the different sizes, is the woven tag. The double stitch is just something I wanted to specify, so I just called it out right here. This area is going to be double stitched, and then I specify the cord locks on the bottom. Back pocket stitched, A, right here, this tag which I mentioned in the material page. And then I also have a kind of opacity thing going on here, and I just wanted to let them know that I want a vintage wash on my corduroy fabric. Here's the label page, which is basically just where you go into more detail about the labels you have on your pants, measurements, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so just the measurements and maybe a high resolution image. Remember that you do not want to give this exact page as the label or artwork that your manufacturer is using. You're going to want to send them a separate PNG file. So I have it here, the measurements, but I'm going to actually send them along with this a single PNG file of this graphic and of these tags. On your final page, you're going to have the measurements. For this, I basically just laid a pair of pants that I like on the ground and took the measurements from it. I believe I did it in a Google Doc, screenshotted it, and then just brought it in here just because it's a little easier. But you're basically just going to have A, the measurement of the waist here is 28 for the sizes, which I have above, but I just made sure to do it again. Then you have C is the inseam there, E is the waistband width, and you just basically do that for all the measurements. You can go into a lot of detail here with like the hem and the back pockets, all that stuff, but it's really up to you. If you don't specify a measurement, they're just going to go with the standard for whatever they use. So yeah, that's up to you. If you do want a very specific measurement for a part of the pant, make sure that you do that in the measurements page. So that's about it for this pant. sample that I had made. I'm now going to move on to a t-shirt sample, which is a very simple tech pack. So I'll be right back. I just need to pull that screen recording up. Alright, so lucky for you guys, I found my old clothing design portfolio, which has a bunch of tech packs and the final products. So let's go through some of these. This first page is when I was interning for a safety surfing company. I was in charge of doing all their merch. So these are going to be good examples of graphic tees, embroidered. I think this one's embroidered, and then graphic hoodies. So on this hoodie, let's just go over. I'll go over everything. For the front here, I specify front and back. I just have a sketch of the hoodie. I explain that it's 3 inches wide and 2 inches down from the bottom of the neck. I specify that it's these two colors and the name of the blank. So if you are printing on blanks, make sure that you have the name of the blank and then the style number of the blank. This is the logo on the front, logo on the back. I didn't know what color the owner wanted yet, so I just have question marks there. For the graphic colors, I have the general name, and then the exact color ID. And then for the design name, I just named it the DuraPlay hoodie. This is for when your manufacturer is contacting you and if they have an update or something and they're like, hello, here's an update on your, DuraPlay hoodie, so they have a name to reference it. And then quantity here, this is just how many people were on the crew, no specific sizing thing there. Yeah, alright. For my hoodies here, I blurred out the measurements, y'all don't get to see that. We have the front and back, pretty similar. I explain that it's embroidered, 1 inches wide, 0.8 inches down from the bottom of the neck. I also specify my neck tag here, which again, I have this graphic on a separate page to send to them. I explained the cord lock situation on the bottom. I believe this took a lot of explaining, especially my first time with the hoodie. Then a pocket tag here, thick quality, good tag, 0.5 inch, only one color. And then I have a picture of the graphic there. Hoodie color is black, embroidered color white, design name EXEPT, 50% cotton, 50% polyester, 9.3 ounces or 315 GSM. And this is how the hoodie turned out. One of my most popular hoodies. Yep. Here is the floral crew neck we had. This was sold really fast. I'm very proud of this hoodie or crew neck. It was a very simple tech pack, but it was hard to explain all of this. I believe I had a second document. Yeah. I had a second document exactly explaining what I wanted here, and I had lines drawn like this is embroidered, this is raised above 3D slightly, it's a separate piece of fabric, this is like another layer of fabric. It took a lot of explaining, but I basically just have that the tag is below, and then here's the tag. More details on design next page. That's what I was explaining over here. Cable lock patch on next page, which I don't think I have that on here, but I had all the embroidery colors here, and they just would get swatches for each of these. The details are down here. Here are all of the color units or color IDs for all the different fabric swatches, and then the size chart. Of course, you'll get your own measurements. And here's how it turned out. Pretty good crew neck. And then for my shorts, this one didn't take a lot of communication with the manufacturer for some reason. I think it clicked with them early what I wanted, but I explained the belt strap situation. I originally wanted it to match, although it didn't end up matching. Pockets, I explained where I wanted the pocket to end, how big I want the patch to be, how I want the pocket to continue to the back, tag on the back of the shorts, and then I drew a line for the patch. 2 colors, basically the same thing I had on the other page. These turned out really nice. Yeah, and then for some tees here, kind of explained that on the first page, but 2 inches down from neckline, the width of it, same on the back, the color, the graphic. Yeah, same thing for both. These came out pretty cool. And page 7 is a design I haven't released yet, so I'm not gonna show you guys that now, but yeah, so this is basically A pretty good example of a few tech packs I've made and how they have come out. So yeah. Alright, so that is the end of the video. This is a little longer than my other videos in this series, but I just wanted to go really in depth on how to actually design the clothes, as that is basically the most important thing of starting a clothing brand. So if you guys enjoyed this video or it helped you at all, leaving it a like helps me a lot. If you guys have any other questions or specific videos you want me to cover, go ahead and comment down below and I'll try to get to all of them or just answer them within the comment section. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and see you in part 5.